So the head of the House Oversight Committee is making new calls for a federal investigation of the Obama administration because of what's on the website Recovery.gov. Now, this is dedicated to tracking the billions of dollars in economic stimulus funds. But California Republican Darrell Issa says the website is being used to push propaganda, claiming the administration may have violated federal law using tax dollars for political purposes. Mike Gallagher is a radio host and a Fox News contributor, of course. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Allie. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. So Congressman Darrell Issa says that Recovery.org is propaganda. The White House says that this website is a prime example of transparency and oversight. So how can we really know what its purpose is?
Well, remember, too, Allie, I think it's .gov, not .org.
Oh, thank you, .gov.
Right, and so a .gov site suggests that this is the voice, the official record of the federal government. And in this instance, I think Darrell Issa is spot on. Big shock coming from me. But the truth of the matter is, our economic recovery stimulus money is being questioned from city to city. There are projects laying by the wayside. There are accusations of some corruption. I mean, bad things can happen. And I'm sure the Obama administration acknowledges this and understands it. But they've got to be very careful to be absolutely every I dotted, every T crossed on an official government website like this, where the American people can expect to go to a site and not get spin. And the trouble is, how do you separate the spin from the reality, Allison? How do you say, well, this is a fact and this is fiction? We have very key facts. One fact is we know the economic recovery hasn't gone as planned. And so I think Darrell Issa and other Republicans are right to try to hold the administration's feet to the fire to make sure that they're not using a government website for propaganda purposes.
Well, I mean, look, the White House even acknowledges that there may be some erroneous numbers on there, but what they say is that they can only display or put up what the recipients of the funds have reported to them. You know, they're not everywhere. They're not in every town. So if the recipients of the stimulus funds say we created 50 jobs with it, that's what they put on the website. I mean, that doesn't really fall under propaganda. That may be, you know, shoddy reportage, but that's not propaganda.
But what I like, and you're right, I mean, that's fair, and I think it's okay, though, to have this beautiful system of checks and balances. And this is one of the things that even conservatives like me must acknowledge, that when you have, you know, one side of the aisle looking at the other side of the aisle, you got scrutiny going back and forth. This is the beauty of a House of Representatives that is in control, a Senate, a White House that are at differing political odds, but you got at least one guy saying, and a very important guy, Darrell Issa, saying, we're going to make sure that this is done the right way. And so I think the fact that the scrutiny is there is healthy for the American people, and it reminds President Obama you cannot use a government website as a way to try to spin a message of recovery or something that's positive that isn't necessarily true. I mean, I'm with you, Allie. There's no for certain conclusion that there's something corrupt going on here, but it's nice to know that somebody's watching, and I think it's good for both sides to say, we're going to play by the rules, or there's going to be accountability. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the American people demand it.
And you're comfortable using taxpayer dollars to investigate this website?
We use taxpayer dollars for a lot less. I mean, are you kidding me? We've built bridges to nowhere with taxpayer dollars. I think taxpayer dollars resulting in accountability, Allison, is a positive thing. It's a proactive thing to do, and I don't think most taxpayers would mind. The only ones that are going to mind are perhaps Obama supporters who are who are buying the stuff that he's selling right now about our great economic recovery.
Okay, Mike Gallagher, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Allie. Thanks for having me.
Sure.